Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Bott. I'm with the Stella Adler Studio of Acting in New York City. This video is lesson plan number 3, part of the 2020 graduation challenge that if you're at this video, I think you know what it's all about. Today, I'm teaching the lesson, so let's get into it. So this is the last of the 3 lesson plans that we've created around this idea of rites of passage. My colleagues at the New Victory and at Ping Chong and Company brought you through a couple of exercises that got you to tap into, in a fun way, in a serious way, your high school journey. We're going to dive a little bit deeper because this rite of passage that you are going through, and in some ways your family is going through, is bigger than high school. And it's even bigger than school, although that's the container for what we're talking about. This rite of passage is a crossing between childhood and adulthood in some ways. It's what we culturally accept as a mark of delineation between these 2 major stages of life. And so we're actually not going to do much of the movement and the exercises. I want you to refer to them later, those other exercises. But we're going to do some other kinds of art and reflection about the rite of passage. So the first thing I want you to do before we get into it is pause this. If you haven't downloaded the guidebook from the Stella Adler Studio website, do that. Read through it, the Q&A, and the appendix in particular, because that's where we get into some of the theory and thinking behind rites of passage. And then it'll make a bit more sense to you what we're talking about here. But our exercise today is really about the threshold. And that's what a rite of passage is all about, is crossing a threshold between one major phase of your life and another major phase of your life. And so the first thing you have to do is understand what phase of life you've been living in and who you are. So we're going to do a visual art project to start, a little bit of arts and crafts. So if you have crayons, if you have markers, if you have something with some color in it, that would be great. But what I want you to do, and this is the final product. I mean, just take some plain white paper. I taped it together with the only tape I had, which was painter's tape. And you're going to draw a river, and you're going to draw the riverbank. Now, don't look at that. You're not supposed to look at that. Okay? The river is time. The riverbank is life, a human life. And what you're going to draw or write are the moments of your life so far from when your life and the river linked up. That's called your birth. And you make, now listen, this is a big river because I'm not doing this for real. I'm doing it as a demonstration. But you can make this windy and turny and all sorts of things to get as many things as you can. But the question is, what has shaped you? Who has shaped you, for better and for worse? Who are you today, and what caused that you into becoming? So that's your exercise. That's the first exercise. Use symbol if you can. If you're a really linear thinker, you can use words exclusively if you must. But get into pictures, get into imagery and symbols, because it gets at a deeper part of yourself, a different part at least. So try to think in images as you write this, okay, and draw this. And you can write dates and names and whatever will spark your memory. This is to prime the pump of your memory and your emotions into thinking about your life so far, okay? So that's exercise 1.